Have you ever thought about how easy it is for us to forget things? Take a look at stuff like scandals that you see on the news about some famous person who did something terrible, and everyone is riled up about it and talking about it for a few days, a few weeks, maybe even a few months. But take it a couple of years down the line and everyone's like, oh right, yeah, that happened. Right. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Or another example is the VW diesel engine, the emissions scandal of how VW and other very big car manufacturers lied about how much and how dirty diesel emissions were compared to petrol. And even essentially faked test results to get their vehicles passed and to present these really pretty and nice seeming results. Now apply this to things in your personal life and how easy it is to forget parts of ourselves. Now what I've noticed in myself is that when life gets difficult, when life gets busy, when there's a lot of stuff happening, when there's exciting things happening sometimes, like a new relationship or a new opportunity or new something, when things happen in our lives that take up a lot of attention, we tend to forget other parts of ourselves. So what happens with me is whatever is going on in my life takes up so much space within my daily living, within my thoughts, within my everything, that and I don't have that space for anything else anymore. I get so caught up, I get so distracted, I get so overwhelmed. And a big thing for me, and I know for almost everyone, is this fucking survival thing of I have to work to make money, to buy food, to pay for bills, to pay for dog food, to do all these things. And that work takes up so much of my waking hours. And I have so little time and so little space left for other things. And within that, the stress that creates, it feels like my capacity to give attention to other things, to work on the things that are meaningful to me, the things that really matter to me, the things that are linked in with the purpose that I've given myself. It seems really difficult. It seems like I can't do those things because I'm barely getting through the day as it is. How do I have space? How do I have time to fit in these other things that are so important to me? Well, part of the coping mechanism that seems to trigger is that I forget. I forget about the things that I wanted to do. I forget about the commitments I made to myself. I forget about all these things that are actually so important to me. And this is something that I've seen with people walking the destiny process. We forget the tools and the behaviors and the approaches that were so helpful to us in the past. We forget all about it. So people who had great success with self-forgiveness throw a new relationship into the works and self-forgiveness goes out the window, and all of those challenging parts of life become overwhelming again and feels like you can't cope again and all of this and all of that. So yeah, it's easy to forget. We forget things all the time. We forget important things all the time. So the why is pretty simple. What do we do about it? That's another question, another challenge. And my approach to that is to remind myself. I make an effort to remind myself every day of what matters to me. I make an effort to remind myself of everything that's outside of all of this stuff that takes up so much of my time and my focus. I remind myself of all these things. And within doing that, sure, maybe I can only give a few minutes in one day to a project I'm working on, but I'm not forgetting it. And I do what I can to create what I can when I can. And sure, it's not ideal, it's not what I want, but for where I am right now and the goals that I have right now and the things that I have to do right now, it's the best I can do right now. And my approach is to work towards creating a solution that is gives me that more time and space to do the things that I want to do in the long term. But for right now, I'm not there yet. I'm still busy creating it. I'm still working on it. I'm still building it. And that's the best I can do right now. Yeah. So if you're finding yourself forgetting about things that are important to you, forgetting about effective tools that help you to cope with the challenges of life, remind yourself, everything is still here. You just have to create the space for it. Space doesn't always mean time. All right, thanks for watching. You're going to see me next time.